Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Tyler Nelson. Thank you for taking the time out of your days to be with us today. I am the Director of Sales, CI Sales for Playback Custom, and we are proud to be the exclusive U.S. distribution partner for Krix. Today, we're excited to introduce you to the best kept secret in home cinema, Krix. Krix brings the scale, power, and precision of the world's commercial cinemas into the home, refined for the residential spaces, and engineered to the highest standards possible. Uh, with local warehousing in the US by us at Playback Custom and the expert support and the range of solutions for the rooms of all different shapes and sizes, Krix is an ideal fit for the HTA integrators and clients who won't settle for anything less than a true cinematic experience. So today you will learn about who Krix is, the key technologies are about, the solutions that can provide, and then the upcoming CEDIA event where we're going to do a formal launch, and finally how to become a Krix dealer in the US or Canada. I have some friends with me today to help present and answer any questions you may have. Mika Porcimari from Global AV Sales in Europe has stayed up late to take us through the company overview today. And also in attendance and waking up very early, all the way from Australia, where I believe the current time is about 3:30 in the morning. Amanda and Michael, both from Krix, are here to be able to answer any additional questions. So with that, let's kick it off. Mika?
Hello everyone, and thank you again for being here. And today I'm going to talk about Krix, and I will explain why Krix is so important and take you on a journey through its history and from its beginnings to the impact that it has today. And by the end, you will understand not only how Krix has evolved, but also how it continues to play such a significant role in this industry. So let's get started. Krix believes that everyone should get to experience sound because in the end, big moments are in life are accompanied by sound and they create memories and an experience, emotional, physical, and unforgettable. And Krix's mission is to deliver audio with real impact, immersion, and also cinematic authenticity. That's why every single Krix speaker is precision engineered in-house by a dedicated R&D team, ensuring that each product is faithfully reproduces the nuances of soundtrack as the creator intended. So Krix isn't just about great sound, it's about storytelling and experience sound in the best way. So whether in a dedicated home theater or in a high performance media room, Krix transforms the way people hear and feel movies at home. So Krix offers, in the end, real cinema at home. Krix started in 1974 when Scott Krix started building loudspeakers from a small garage where apparently all successful businesses start, right? And this was in Adelaide, South Australia, and he enjoyed tinkering out in the shed, listening to records on his own hand-built stereo system. And by 1976, Scott had been making speakers for his family, for his friends, friends of friends for so many years. And this was when he decided to open his first hi-fi store, the Acoustic Foundry. And the foundry offered back then kit speakers systems for and custom solutions for nightclubs and live venues. By 1979, the demand for Krix speakers grew significantly. So Scott, along with his brother Ashley and other family members, built the Krix factory and offices in Hackham, and where actually the company still operates today. And one day, by chance, a local cinema owner drove past the Acoustic Foundry every day on his way to work, and he was intrigued by big green speakers which Scott had built at university. And he displayed them in the store front window, and he asked Scott to visit the cinema to see if he could help the owner with the sound problem that he had. And Scott, of course, was happy to help, and it was on his element. And for this guy, he actually designed and built a PA style loudspeaker for the cinema. And they were rear horn loaded and featured dual 15-inch low frequency drivers. And there were no subwoofers in the installation. So Scott thought that it was completely necessary to provide as much as LF front as possible. So once installed, Scott began the process of equalizing the cinema, and he discovered a significant acoustic problem where sound was reflecting off the front wall behind the speaker, which then interfered with the direct sound. So to solve this problem, Scott built the first infinite baffle wall. And while the patent slipped away, the idea revolutionized the cinema sound around the world, and Krix Cinema's installation started to grow and to cover 90% of all the Australian cinemas in the country. So in the 1990s and the early 2000s, they were really transformative decades for Krix. It was marked by global expansion, innovation, and also engineer recognition. And Krix introduced surround sound to homes around the world. And also they gained the THX accreditation from Lucasfilm in the US. And this was the major endorsement of performance standards. As also the international demand grew, Quick Cinema started to export and to represent right now more than 40% of all production. And the factory was expanded also to keep up with the manufacturing demands. And by the 30th anniversary, Krix had become the Australian oldest and largest loudspeaker manufacturer. And this milestone coincided with the major international growth in Europe, Asia, and also Middle East. And also in that decade, Scott was honored as a cinema pioneer for his lifetime contribution to the global cinema industry. And the company secured the dual patents in horn and waveguide technologies. And this helped solidifying its role as an innovator in high-performance loudspeaker design. And in the 2010s and 20s, this continued to showcase the Krix momentum as a global audio leader. And it started, well, they were celebrating the 40th anniversary. And also what happened then is that Krix expanded its product line across both residential and commercial markets. So it was driven entirely in-house research, development, and engineering, all made in-house. And Dolby Atmos Cinemas installation began rolling out worldwide, and Krix was delivering systems capable in exceeding the demanding specification of the new surround sound formats. Last year, Krix celebrated the 50th anniversary, a milestone that reflects not just the longevity, but also the constant evolution. And from a garage in Adelaide to over 4,000 cinemas and thousands of home theaters across the globe, Krix has grown into one of the most respected loudspeakers brand in the industry. So the 50th year celebration marked a new era of momentum, new product innovations, global partnerships, expanding warehousing and logistics, and also growing the demand in new markets like here in the US. The passion started in 1974. It's stronger than ever, and it's still driven by a commitment of to acoustic excellence and the excitement of bringing real cinema sound into home worldwide. This deep heritage in cinema shaped in every part of Krix approach to home theater. And at Krix, they didn't start engineering with hi-fi and try to scale up. They began in commercial cinema, and they started to engineer their way down. And this means that every product in their home cinema range is built with the same thinking, the same performance principles, and often the same components found in our commercial system. So while many other brands borrow the cinema styling, they deliver the true cinema substance, deliver in the dynamic range, impact, coverage, and clarity that meets the demand of professional environments. So when you choose Krix, you're not just buying loudspeakers, you're bringing decades of cinema engineering into your home, real cinema at home in the end.
Well, thank you very much. I think, that heritage and that ability to dive into what you've been working on and bringing it back down to that residential level is key. But in regards to Crix itself and the technologies behind it and the engineering, that's really at the heartbeat of everything they do. Their in-house R&D team is led by Scott Crix himself, excuse me, and focuses on every aspect of that product line from the timber cabinets to the patented waveguides. Nothing is off the shelf. Everything is precisely engineered to deliver that high SPL, that wide dispersion, that low and the low dis or I don't know, excuse me, wide dispersion, low distortion, and that big cinema sound that you're looking for when you're doing dedicated cinemas or media rooms and wanting to have a system that gives you something that really sounds precise and clean, but not fatiguing. So let's talk about the technological differences that separate Crix from the rest of the class, if you will. Now, the heart of Crix's signature sound is their patented constant directivity horn technology. And unlike traditional horns that or coaxial designs that we're well known for, Crix horns maintain extreme consistent frequency response across a wide listening area, horizontal and vertically. Now, this means that a smoother, more immersive experience for everyone in the room, not just in the center of the premier seat, if you will. The dispersion pattern is incredibly precise. Reducing reflections from walls, ceilings, and floors, helping to eliminate those hot spots excuse me, and the listener fatigue that I mentioned before, delivering that sound that's much more natural and transparent and easier to understand, frankly, when there's a lot of conversation in a movie or a lot of action going on and you're trying to understand what is that pilot saying during that fighter sequence or things of that nature. And, even the reflective sound maintains consistent timbre, so off-axis listening is just as enjoyable as that premiere seat. And because of their acoustic sensitivity and the tight control that they have over that sound, the Crix horns deliver high sound pressure levels, SPL, with significantly less distortion than ribbon or direct radiator designs. Now, all that being said, the one question we are asked all the time is, and I apologize, I skipped a couple of slides here, but you can see the horns themselves, as well as the waveguides and the horns that I was just speaking of. All that being said, what is the one question we get asked all the time? It's where you can hear Crix. Where can I hear it for the first time? Or where is it installed? Well, the answer is pretty simply CEDIA. We have put together an incredible 11.6.6 system that Michael and Amanda and Mika and the rest of the team, we have all been working day and night. As you can see, they're still awake working on this today. And we've been working on this system to really provide that true cinema at home experience that we want you to feel and provide to your customers. Because in the end, it is about the customer experience that we want them to do. So if you are attending CEDIA or planning to attend CEDIA, we will have this 11.6 system in Sound Room 12 at the CEDIA Expo this coming September in Denver, and would love to see you each there. We do have a number of people attending CEDIA from Krix, as well as myself, Mika, that will be happy to answer any questions that you may have, both at the sound room and at the static booth in 4425. If you haven't registered yet, please make sure to use Playback 25 to get your free Expo pass today, and you can register on cdexpo.com to do so. Additionally, and to dive a little bit more into what that sound room is going to encompass for us in this 11.6 system, it begins behind the screen with the MX series, and more specifically, the MX30i LCRs for the front stage. Now, these three behind the screen speakers feature Krix constant directivity horns while, while, while built within a modular infinite baffle wall design. Now, this will provide ample coverage on a more consistent level across all the seats. There's also a number of other features, but we won't get into the technical details on it. What we want you to understand is that the behind the wall experience that they're going to have is going to be accurate, no bad seat in the house, and you'll enjoy every single minute of it. We've also done something very special with this. We've removed the two standard subwoofer setup that comes with the MX30 system, and we've incorporated a total of 6 brand new prototype infrasonic subwoofers. Now, these 18-inch drive units have high excursion drivers that produce deep infrasonic bass along with incredible levels of output. We will have 4 of these beautiful 18-inch drivers up front, as you can see in the picture below, and 2 in the rear to utilize Trinaw's waveforming technology that will be involved in the room. Additionally, 14 Hyperphonics 45 surround speakers are going to be used to provide the front, side, rear, and upper level channels for this room. Now, these compact enclosed speakers provide high output and an angular shape with a C-style bracket that allows for easy placement and adjustments in any type of environment. Hence the reason we can use them for the front, the rear, the side surrounds, as well as the height-based channels in this singular room. They're so easy to install utilizing those brackets. But we couldn't do this alone. We, of course, had to call some friends for help. Trinav will be providing the Altitude 32 for the sound processing, MC Square Audio for the sound audio amplification, Epson with their QL7000 laser projector, Seymour Screen Excellence will be providing a 185-inch screen for viewing, cords to connect it all, and Kaleidoscape for the source material. We've partnered with these great partners to give you a very incredible opportunity to experience what a true cinema at home experience would be like for your customer. What does being able to attend this meet, what do you have to do on your end? Well, what we would like you to do is be able to contact us and reserve your seat. So if you are going to be attending CEDIA and you think, you know what, I'd love to, we've got a certain number of seats available. Please contact us at team@playbackdistribution.com and we'll reserve those seats for you right away. But what does it mean to become a Krix dealer for you, and what does it offer you and for your clients? Right? Now, there's so many reasons. But and what it comes down to, in my opinion, is the reliability, the flexibility, and the customer experience at the end. I could read through this entire list that Mika described earlier, or what we talked about with the technological side of things. But having a company that has worked in both the pro side of cinema and has taken that technology and that know-how and reestablished it and utilized it in the custom installation, the dedicated home theaters, the media room environments of that, and being able to utilize that technology on both sides and share, if you will, with the knowledge, it only increases the ending effect for the client, which is going to be to walk away happy and enjoying the experience each and every time. So not only do they know how to get that big SPL and create those reliable products, but they have crafted those products to fit into all different types of installations for that residential market. Now, when it comes to home cinema, no two rooms are alike, as we all know. That's why Krix offers these scalable solutions that are designed to perform at their very best, whether you're working with a compact media room or a large private theater. Playback Custom is happy and excited to be the exclusive source for Krix in the US and Canadian markets. Working with us offers integrators a number of benefits, including a lead referral program, fast and reliable logistics, 24/7 ordering, even home theater design services with base analysis if you want to go that route. We have a number of different options available for you, and we'd love for you to join us and be part of this launch of something truly special in Crix. You could be one of the first in the US to have it in your showrooms today, and we'd love to speak with you more about it. So, on behalf of Mika, myself, and the rest of the Crix team that's here, thank you for your time today. We look forward to working with each of you.